Good morning and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, good morning, you guys. Well, you get to see me in makeup and all that good stuff today. It's the big day, family reunion. I'm waiting on my sister. She just called a few minutes ago. She's running behind because she's still tired, trying to do too many things at one time. So yeah, rest. So she says she'll be here at about 10:30. We were supposed to leave at about 9:30, so we're not that far behind. I told her, take your time. I don't care. I'm just riding. I'm along for the ride. So whatever. I'd rather she be rested than not rested. So she'll be here. It's about 9:30 now, so she'll be here in an hour. So I'm going to take you guys along with me to water the plants and let y'all know the new thing that has occurred. Hold on. Something totally different that I've never done. First of all, well, we can come in the kitchen real quick. First of all, on yesterday, I decided to test all the potatoes. There you go, okay? I tested the one in the greenhouse, the two. The biggest one actually came from the late potatoes. This one came from the blue tub, and then that teeny tiny one came from the keyhole garden out there on the side of the house. Then I did a test harvest of the garlic. That seems to be fine. And the garlic is not ready yet. I'm going to give it to mid-month, so those bulbs should grow a little bit more. But that one is a bulb. So, hey. Okay, let's head on outside. Let me get the cane. Got to use the cane and the walker. Oops, let me zoom out. Oh, it won't let me. Here I am doing an episode on Family Reunion Day, y'all. Okay. Alrighty. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna give the plants a good dousing, although I hear it's supposed to rain on tomorrow. We have a 55% chance, so hopefully it will rain, but that's not gonna help the greenhouse. Well, since we out here, let's check out everything. That cabbage, that's it. I uncovered everything, although, you know, the bugs have gotten a hold to it. At least the squirrel hasn't. That kohlrabi, I'm gonna eliminate that. It's not gonna do anything. Eggplant flowering really, really well. Now this one doesn't have any eggplants on it, but then this one does, surprisingly enough. And this is the one that was in the greenhouse. You can see, oops. You can see, in fact, I'm gonna show y'all the other plants. You can see the flowers, and then they are getting pollinated because I have an eggplant there. And I think there's another one. And then that's the cabbage right there. And then, like I said, I'm getting rid of that kohlrabi. And this is the other eggplant. It's flowered, but nothing's come yet. Oh, yes, it has. There we go. There's some right there. Okay. Swiss chard, I just harvested that this week, and it's back already. My my little melon plant, you see, I have a flower, and then the cucumber has a flower, so hopefully something will happen. I'm just waiting to see. My summer squash is doing pretty good. It's starting to flower finally. And then I planted those 5 patty pan squash in here. They're doing pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna get any or not. Okay, and let's go on and give them all a spritz real quick. Okay, now let's head on to the greenhouse. Oops, here's Booger's hole, y'all. Hold on. I know this camera is everywhere. See all that he's done? That's the new one right there. That's why I told my sister, leave this alone. But it will be fixed on Tuesday. My barter buddy, Cheryl, she's coming, and she and her husband. And why is my greenhouse infiltrated? Uh-oh, I hope ain't nothing got up in here, because after I left out of here yesterday, I had everything down good. About to find out, aren't we? Wouldn't that be something? I walk in here and there's Bigger. Oh, thank God, nothing's come in here. Oh, I'm glad I came out here. Let me double check. Okay, I'm not seeing anything good. My sunflowers are coming. This kohlrabi is growing good, this one. And that one is too, actually. So at least I have 2 more coming. Let's see. Oh, Renee, I got another new pepper leaf. There's one there. There's one right there. And then there's one at the bottom. So I have a 3rd one coming in new. And more pepper blooms. But you know what? I'm not getting any peppers. I at least, oh, wait a minute. I spoke too soon. I am getting peppers. There's one right there. Okay. And then the blooms, I guess you have to wait for them to die. Let me be patient, okay, with these peppers. But my little shishito is doing good back there. Hold on. I hope y'all can see it, because I can't see nothing. And I know I have green beans. I've already looked at those. Okay, let me sit down for a second before I get ready to water. I'll water after I get off. Make sure I'm not finna get dirty. Okay, let me stay from over there. Okay, so now let me tell y'all what's happening, and then we will end this. Okay, I'm back. I guess y'all like, what is Q doing? Okay, anyway, y'all, I did something incorrect with the potatoes. I really did. M.I. Gardner did a video on yesterday, and I hope y'all saw it. If you're not subscribed to him, he has over 1 million subscribers. He's here in Michigan, and he did a video yesterday on potatoes. He actually put potatoes in the ground on yesterday, and that's when the light bulb went off. His uncle is a potato grower by profession, and so his uncle gave him the name of the video with M.I. Gardner is called 5 Potato Myths, MYTHS. And he covered things that everybody think should be happening when you plant potatoes that is a myth, and it's not necessarily true. I mean, it holds true for some, but he was just speaking in general on potatoes. And so he talked about because they tell us here in Michigan, have the potatoes in the ground by the end of March. That's when the light bulb went off. When he talked about when you can plant potatoes and when you should and whatnot, I was like, that's one problem that I've created for myself, thinking that they have to be planted out early. And y'all know my potatoes are always teeny tiny. He planted out potatoes yesterday. He said as long as you have the window of time that it takes to grow a potato, he said you can plant potatoes. He said, so he planted them. Here it was July 1st when he planted his. He said, I should get a good crop. He said, I will harvest them in October. And our first frost won't be hitting. They usually say around the 15th of October, but for the past few years here, we haven't gotten our first frost till like November 15th, around there, right around November. I said, I've got time. I got right online. I was like, because I knew I messed up, because when he talked about the amendments, the one thing I forgot, and I mentioned it the other day, because when Pop from the Veggie Boys talked about the peppers, remember he said to give it some muriate of potash, he said some nitrogen, and he said sulfur. And remember I said, maybe I should put some sulfur, because I said I was going to put nitrogen in. I said maybe I should throw some sulfur in, but I had never heard that. That's the key amendment that I missed. So instead of the nitrogen, I'm getting ready to sulfur up these today. I'm gonna put a little sulfur in them, in all of them, because they're small. He said the sulfur is what will really get them going, as well as the muriate of potash. I have enough of that. So now, what's not in my potatoes that are teeny tiny, once again, is sulfur. So I'm gonna just throw some in these containers, and you know, if they grow better, fine. If they don't, I'm not gonna worry about it, because I got right online and I was able to find some potatoes, some seed potatoes still. I ordered Que-stead-Que, and those are 70 to 90 days. So I have time. They should arrive between the 8th and the 11th, which will be between Tuesday of next week and next Friday. I'm going to prepare the bed that I did not do this year. This might kick my butt, but I'm doing it, because all I need to do really is pull the weeds out, and then I'm going to just take the hoe and turn the dirt, you know, turn the soil, and then I'm gonna throw some of my black cow in there, and then I'm also, and I'll have Sherry to help me put it on the wagon, and then I'm gonna throw a couple of bags of the potting soil to fill that bed up. That one that's right there that I didn't do anything with this year. That's where I'm going to put the potatoes. They're going in the ground. He said you should only dig a trench no more than 6 inches. He said you do not need to dig a deep hole. He said, and I know people will disagree. He said, but you don't need to bury deep. He said those roots from the tubers are going to find their way to where they need to be. So he said, do not plant them real deep. He said 6 inches. He said 6 to 8. Basically. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plant them shallow. I'll make sure they're spaced. I ordered 5 pounds of Que-stead-Que. So November, we'll see what those do in the ground. I truly believe that they will do better. If these don't do anything, that's fine. At least I have some on the way, and there's still hope. And then I'm going to amend that soil. I'm using the compost. I'm using the Miracle Grow soil. I'm going to use I'm not even gonna put any nitrogen there. I'm gonna use the muriate of potash. And when he talked about the amendments, he said just a basic regular fertilizer, you know, just your standard, which I have. And he didn't mention the muriate of potash, but I know muriate of potash is one, but he mentioned that sulfur. He said he uses the regular fertilizer and sulfur. And then he did mention an acidic, you know, he said they like the pH. He said they like a slightly acidic. So I have some soil acidifier that I use for my blueberries. I might put a little bit of that in there. And of course, the muriate of potash for the potassium, and definitely the sulfur. And that's all I'm gonna do. And then I'll water them in and just watch and see what happens. I'll let the rain, you know, do them. I'll water them because I'm back here and I can get the hose to them. But we'll see what happens over the next couple of months here. So I'm still excited about potatoes, so all is not lost. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get these plants watered. I'm gonna get this sulfur thrown on the potatoes that I have in here, and then I'll do the ones up front when I get back. I'm not gonna do them today. And then we'll see what happens with those. And if I get some, wonderful. But right now, they're looking like how they've always looked, those teeny tiny potatoes. So it's something that I'm missing. And I believe that M.I. Gardner solved the mystery for me. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here, you guys. You all have a wonderful 4th of July. And may God bless you all. Don't eat too much barbecue on today. I know y'all having a good time. Talk to you later, and I plan to do the same, and I hope to get some footage on today. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.